Hey, we're back at the sawmill.
Welcome to our new cabin build. We definitely have a lot of cabin work to do on our off-grid cabin before winter comes. We also really want to do this other project, so we are here to gather some lumber for this project. Because Cory and I are wild and crazy, we decided to actually get our lumber before we even sat down and really drew out our project. We just had a vague idea of what we were going to do.
Live edge slabs.
Those are cool. I'd make some gnarly tables or countertops.
Yeah, you name it. Furniture.
I think you guys are really gonna like this project that we're gonna be working on. It feels like another big undertaking, but I think it's gonna be worth it. Holy cow. If you sanded this down, look at all that character. Use these instead of 2x4s?
If you could get some straight ones.
Yeah, they're a little wonky. I'm gonna try. I think I'm strong enough. So strong.
Oh, thank you, honey.
We now have enough wood to start our project, and we will be putting together the base tomorrow. What are we on the hunt for?
Our potential flooring boards. Be nice to use popple so we don't have to worry about the sap on the pine. And she wants it planed and no splinters.
Yeah, I want it smooth.
We'll see what we can find.
We are looking for floorboards for our project, and I want the floor in this project to be smooth and not have splinters. I'm okay with a rustic look, but I just don't want it to be uncomfortable to be in barefoot. We have looked at some popple, aspen. Popple and aspen are like the same thing. And we have looked at some pine so far. Or are you thinking we should do like a hardwood? Probably not a hardwood.
Depends
too
on
bougie.
how much money you have.
Nah, it's maybe too bougie for this project. This is the stuff we're looking at. I actually really like this. I love light colored wood, especially in a small space. This is gonna be a very small space. Is this hard enough? Good enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll work.
I like it. We decided to grab flooring today as well so that we can build the sides of our project while the floor is in place. So I guess it's time to tell you that our project is going to be an A-frame. We've been wanting to build an A-frame structure, at least I have, for a long time. And I just think they're really pretty. I'm excited to show you what our idea is and how beautiful this is going to turn out. Ah! That actually could have hurt.
6, so we need...
So the back of the A-frame will have a window. The front, I want to have a door. I like the idea of an arch door. On the sides, we're going to do one clear plastic poly panel, and then the rest is going to be steel. The poly panel will give some lighting to the interior of the cabin. And then on the opposite side, there's going to be a chimney for the wood stove to be able to vent. This is the layout of the cabin. Again, this is going to be very steep peak. This is probably more accurate than this for the angle of what it's going to be like. Here we can see that I will have a small bed space. This is like a little pad for a wood stove. I have a tiny wood stove that I have used in my hot tent previously, and that will be able to be put in here when needed. This is just a little tiny table shelf that folds down when not in use. And then this is just a rug. The front of the cabin will have a 2-foot deck that is made out of wood. And you can see that in this photo, or this picture as well. There's a little tiny deck in front of the cabin. The bottom of the cabin will have these skid type beams, or posts, not posts, beams, so that the cabin will be able to be movable. And again, this will have a window in the back. Cory is looking at the cabin from more of like a beam and board aspect.
Those are the blocking that the beams are going to rest on.
Okay.
So top-down view.
So the beams will be inset a little bit, which makes sense because nobody's standing here. They're standing in the middle. So the weight is going to be in the middle of the floor.
There won't be much weight at all.
Yeah, it's not that heavy, but I mean like a person standing in it.
Yeah, it'll be a little more stable, less spongy. Just 2x6 floor joists, so we're not going too heavy.
Okay, and then here, I like this. So you can see that the roof overhangs a little bit in front of the door. I think it's perfect. We have lumber in the back of the truck that we are going to process if needed, run it through the planer, and then bring it over to the four-wheeler trailer to be brought to the location where we are building this baby.
Grab mine.
What a planer does is it takes off the top layer of a board to make it a little bit thinner and shiny and nice. We want to remove bumps like this that come from the sawmill planer that's a little bit more rough. We have 2x6s here that we got directly from the sawmill, which means that they're a little rough cut, they're not exact. So they're about 8 feet long, but some of them are more like 8'2", 8'3", 8'4" inches. So we're gonna cut them exactly to 8 feet for our base. And then we also need 2 of them to be 10 feet for the dimensions of our base to be 8 foot by 10 foot. This is a process that you have to do if you do not buy lumber from the big box stores, if you just get it from the sawmill. We are planning to build the A-frame right in here, tucked in this cute little spot. However, those are some pretty intense rain clouds. Sometimes you can't tell on the GoPro how dark the clouds are, but that looks pretty stormy. All the way over there. It wasn't supposed to rain, but it looks like it's coming this way.
You tell me.
Wow, that is level. That's magical.
That's perfect.
That's cool.
This one I think is high in the back here.
Barely.
Just a little bit.
The back side happens to somehow magically be level, and then this front side here, this side has to go up, and then that side has to go down. So we might need a shovel to dig down and then some kind of shim to pull up. It's kind of getting a little eerie as it does feel like it's starting to rain, but we really should get this project going and keep working on it because winter's coming and we have our main off-grid cabin and now we have this project we're starting. We're crazy people, but this is our hobby. This is what we like to do.
Bingo. Bingo. Look at that. We are
Why
good.
is this so easy?
So we got our base somewhat situated.
And it went so well. It was surprisingly easy. Usually it's really annoying to try and get it level both directions, but this must have been the best spot because it didn't take much.
So we're gonna get a screw gun and screws, and we're gonna attach our floor joists on each end, and we're gonna square it.
Fun fact, Cory likes to use the screws that have a star tip instead of just the cross because they're not as likely to strip. It's harder to strip them, which I didn't know. I learned that. Ah, raindrop.
Yeah, don't want your hand and put it where it gotta go.
Perfect.
Screws. Straight position again. 158.
158.
153.
153.
5.
155.
56.
156.
155 and a half.
155 and a half. That should be it.
55 and a half.
155 and a half. That's fine.
What?
We'll screw this side to the beams here.
You and me go building a cabin on the range.
And no one's surprised. So if you see the board next to this one over here, it's not flush.
We should probably put the floor joists, screw them into the beams, but I want to see how strong it is with you walking on that.
Feels good.
It flexes a little bit, but
And just like that, we have the base for our A-frame cabin built. Next, we're gonna put the flooring on and then the peaks and then go from there. We still need to get some of the materials. We haven't purchased the tin for the roof or the cool clear panel for the roof yet.
I think it's a lot more solid than when you were up here.
Should I try it?
I mean, still a little side to side.
Are we
Actually.
just smaller versions of a bigger home?
Oh yeah, that's much more solid.
Are you the rivers in your veins? Am I the flakes that become snow? And you might believe that everything is broken. Fragments of sentences we haven't spoken, but maybe are we just jagged lines across a buried sea? Are the shapes inside a sundisk the same as the arms of trees? And saying we're shell of what we used to be.
Ooh, thank you. I did not expect that. I was showing them my sliver.